Yeah, it looked like we weren't going to get out there because of the other start went before us, the priority going towards the Olympic selection. But they realised that it was just going to be impossible to get a race off in the tide sweeping underneath them. So they sent us out last minute. It wasn't very windy, but we got off, and actually I made a second in the race, which I was pretty happy with. My best race of the week. I kind of geared up everything towards a windy regatta. I didn't really want to, focus too much on the light winds, as it's not predominantly here. So that's probably a mistake I made there. But I sailed pretty well in the light early on in the week. The medium I struggled, just the big one shift per beat sort of scenarios. I was struggling to just pin those down, and my downwind speed wasn't as good as Giles's, who was able to just sail really consistently. Great regatta for himself, just starting well, sailing fast, and picking through the bunch downwind. It's really impressive to see him so consistent in such tricky conditions.
Yeah, it was looking pretty marginal whether or not we'd race or not. The fleet race earlier this morning had a good go at it, but they canned them early, and we got out there and got our motor race in 6, 7, 8 knots. Pretty shifty conditions. A very tricky one. Had the points been different, that's for sure. So yeah, quite nice to have had it all squared away beforehand. I've been really happy with the way I've been sailing. I've managed to put together a very consistent series, which is kind of what this sort of racing is all about. So yeah, it's I think we're certainly in a good place, but still very much aware that we're very much geared towards Rio, and it's great to have won a 3rd Gold Cup, and it's a huge honour. But ultimately, it's all about next year.
My expectations probably got a little bit of the better of me halfway through the week, and I put myself inside the top 10 for a lot of the week, and I kind of raised my expectations and wanted to stay there. And I think I went out a little bit confident yesterday that I could stay there, and maybe that was the right or wrong way of looking at it, but it's a good result. I'm happy to come away with that. It's a huge benefit to be able to line up with Giles, and like we can see from his performance here that he's ahead of the game. And for me to be able to line up every day that we go training and compare where I'm at and how I'm progressing against him I think it's invaluable, and like everyone in this boat park would want that opportunity, so I'm really fortunate there.